Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. It happens. With the way the technology's been treating us lately, that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
'Cause holy shit.
Not great. Fuck
No.
you, Microsoft.
It's been fucking us over. This is like the third or fourth night we've been trying to record this fucking thing.
Yeah.
I had like a 2-hour Windows update that had the fucking nerve that like right when I thought it was done and I'm like, oh cool, I could start my computer again. It comes up and it's like, we've made a few updates. It tries to be all cool with it, like, hey, we're ready. I hope you're strap in,
Guess
folks.
what we've been up to, James?
Oh, fuck you. Strap in because better make sure your shoes are on because your socks are about to get rocked. Okay? Whoa, guys. It's like,
I honestly thought with all the problems we've had the last few days that you found a different co-host who could fart on command.
oh shit, you heard about him?
God damn it, Mike Benisi. How did you learn that? I had to train in the Himalayas for 10 years.
You had to go to Nanda Parbat to learn how to fart on command?
Yep, sure did.
Yeah, I mean, all that ninja stuff's real cool, but can you tell me how to control my butthole? Is that something
That's
you can...
all I need.
That's all I really need.
I'm trying to get a part in the live-action Beavis and Butthead movie. That's never going to happen.
Man, I miss Beavis and Butthead. That was something like... That
Did
came...
you see...
What?
Did you see the reboot episodes? Like, I don't know, like 9 years ago?
No, I don't think so. I saw the Ren and Stimpy reboot ones that were on Spike that were god-awful.
That is not worth mentioning.
No, but I don't remember that. They brought them back for a little while?
They did for like 8 episodes, I think, and they were better than any of the old episodes.
Really?
They were awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
Just try to look them up.
I had fond memories of Beavis and Butthead, watching it, like, I remember for some reason, I remember it being on at, like, 7 o'clock in the afternoon, or in the evening, I guess, with, like, back-to-back with, like, Speed Racer on MTV.
Oh, yeah.
And then for whatever reason, probably because, like, they got letters from parents and stuff like that, they would show it at, like, 6 a.m. or something like that. So I would get up early and watch Beavis and Butthead on MTV.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, the desperation we had to go through to watch shows that we probably weren't supposed to watch.
Well, they were awesome shows. That was the heyday of really cool MTV shows that weren't music videos. Yeah. Not only did they play great music videos, but they played shit like Liquid Television, The Head.
The Head. I was just gonna say MTV Oddities, The Head. Like the fact that hasn't existed outside of that. Like there's no home video. It's not streaming anywhere. That should be back. Like I found an old some of the old comics that I had from when I was a kid in like the 90s. There was this ad on the inside cover of one of them, and I was showing like a book to Oliver, and I got to this cover and I'm like, holy shit. And it was for MTV animation trading cards. So it was like Beavis and Butthead, the Head. I think it had some like Liquid Television stuff, but it was mostly the Head and Beavis and Butthead. But I mean, the Head was something like
those are their big hits.
I remember that being really awesome.
Liquid Television, I remember being fairly popular, but like it didn't take off like the Head or Beavis and Butthead did. So I had like a ton of. I used to live when I was living in Long Island. I lived like maybe a 10-minute walk from a really cool tiny comic shop. And I used to buy a ton of Pogs and Beavis and Butthead cards every time I had any money.
So like the personification of the 90s.
Yeah, it really is. Remember Alf? He's back. I have said this line from The Simpsons like 8 times since we rebooted this podcast. Forget about it. Fuck you, Milhouse. No one cares about your Alf Pogs. So my favorite Beavis and Butthead card was a scratch and sniff card, and it was the grossest shit ever. It was a picture of Beavis with his finger up his nose, and it just said Wiener. And when you scratched and sniffed it, it smelled like fucking hot dog water.
See, this is what we dealt with. Like kids today have like Stranger Things and all this other crazy shit, and we had Wiener on a card.
Wiener on
and
a card.
We fucking loved it.
I sure fucking did, man.
I had a handful of Beavis and Butthead comics. Marvel had published some of them.
Marvel published?
Yeah. Marvel published Beavis and Butthead comics. It wasn't like any tremendous amount. I mean, there's maybe like 10 of them, but I think I had like a couple of them. Again, quantity over quality when I was buying comics as a kid. But yeah, that was a weird age where it was like anything.
What I wouldn't give for an Alan Moore 10 series run on Beavis and Butthead. Snatch that shit up, DC. Get Tom King on that shit.
No one's making a Beavis. No one's vying for the Beavis and Butthead license right now. Come on, Dynamite's been fucking publishing Mighty Mouse and Betty Boop comics. Okay, maybe make something that people within this century are interested in.
What a terrible idea.
Yeah, that's something I'm like, why?
I thought you were cool, Boom Studios.
No, Boom Studios is fine. It's they're doing Power Rangers. That's within the same decade, or not decade. That's 20 years ago. But still, it's like, okay, there are people.
I know we haven't talked in a while, but I don't think you remember that I think Power Rangers are the dumbest fucking franchise on the planet.
I do, but I'm just pointing out.
Studios is cool. They do Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, guys.
If I had a girlfriend, she'd kill me.
Well, look, they're also making Adventure Time and Over the Garden Wall, and they're doing a Dark Crystal series right now
too, isn't it?
They do what?
Yeah.
Lumberjanes?
Boom,
yes.
Lumberjanes. I scolded Esme today about Lumberjanes. Because Jack and I talked about it, and I figured it's absolutely time for her to read it over the summer when she's going to camp and shit like that.
That's a perfect time.
And she hasn't picked up one issue yet. She just looked through them. She was like, "This looks cool," and then just went on her fucking iPod. Wait a minute. I took these out of the damn box for you, and they've been sitting out here for a week already. So I got into a fight with an 8-year-old about not reading Lumberjanes.
That's like a perfect time for it. Like, that book is really great. That's something that she should dig.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if she's going to trades. Yeah, if she's going to camp, certainly. But
I mean, she's not going to sleepaway camp yet. Maybe next year, but but she's interested in sleepaway camp, so maybe this will like put her over the edge. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, she won't be encountering Yetis and shit like that in it, probably.
I know, that sucks, right? Yeah. But, like, honestly, I wouldn't expect her to live, like, through a Yeti encounter. Like, that is fiction. Lumberjanes is fiction. Little girls really can't fight Yetis.
Wait, what? Well, in this post-modern Wonder Woman age, you're saying little girls can't
not
fight
even
Yetis?
Charm them into submission. They can't do it. All of this is fiction. All the cool things anyone, male or female, does in any literature is bullshit. I don't care if it is nonfiction.
I never went to a sleepaway camp. I did a shokin once, which was like a day or two in like 5th grade, and that was the extent of my like not sleeping at home camp activities.
Yeah, I've never been to a day camp. I just wasn't one of those kids who could interact socially until like 9th grade. Like any family I live with was just like, they're gonna eat you alive, and I'm not talking about mosquitoes. You're coming home with no functional underwear. I guarantee it. You're gonna get wedgied so bad. They're gonna make you wear a t-shirt under your pants, and then they're gonna ruin those too. I was not a popular child. Again, my favorite thing was to scratch a Wiener Beavis card. Smell it all day. My Jurassic Park toys surrounding me.
Fucking, oh man, let's stay away from that. BJ the Wiener Kid.
Oh yeah, that's the most diplomatic thing anyone possibly could have called an unpopular kid named BJ.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Just walking through the halls at school. Hey, what's up? Your mom's favorite thing. Hi guys.
Hey, yeah.
I ripped my underwear already, so it's easier for you to tear out.
Poor.
This is gonna be a good episode.
Yeah, it really is. Anyway,
It's been a little while. I think we're off to a good start.
You hear Ron Howard's directing Han Solo?
Holy crap! Yeah, okay, fucking forget it. That's all we're gonna say about that. That's not how you lead into that. Your mom's favorite thing. Hey, Ron Howard's directed a Star Wars movie. Fuck you. Welcome back from vacation. Did you forget how segues work?
Yeah, man, I'm rusty. Jeez. I forgot. I went away for a week and I forgot how to do all this stuff. I really hope this is recording.
Oh my god! If you haven't recorded any of my jokes, I'm be furious. These are all really good and really vulnerable, and I'm never gonna do it again. If it's not recording, I quit this shit. All right. Okay. Here's the edit point. Hey, Pogs, I had him. Hey, you hear Ron Howard's directing Han Solo?
What?
What do you think about that? Do you think they were Phil Lord and Chris Miller were only a couple weeks fucking away from being done with the movie?
Yeah. So I really wonder
how
what
bad
the fuck
was the
did.
movie.
Well, I don't know if it was bad because look, those guys did the Lego Movie. They know a thing or two about making a good movie.
They've done a bunch of good. They've done like 5 great movies.
So everything that they said about it, I think, was like it was mutual creative differences. They didn't like the end result, but I mean that's pretty far along for that. I mean, granted, that movie doesn't come out for another year, right? It comes out next year, next summer, maybe.
Yeah, right around now. No, in May, right?
Yeah, I think because it's not. They're not keeping with the Christmas releases for this one for whatever reason. They're moving that one up, trying, I guess, for like more of a like a summertime thing, which I think is dumb.
For a balance in the force. Oh, stop recording now. My jokes have gone to garbage.
But in any case, I don't understand that part. But like Ron Howard knows what he's doing about he knows how to make a movie.
Oh, totally.
I know
George Lucas. Great choice.
Yeah, George Lucas
to finish the last 2 weeks of filming, I guess.
But that's like I don't understand. Like, I'd be very curious to see what their cut of the movie would be like then.
That's the only cut I want to see. I love those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Ron Howard, but like the movie was almost finished. I want to see like from what I've read, like they didn't like how comedic it was.
Oh.
But like I'm okay with seeing that movie, I think.
Yeah.
Especially from 2 guys who like really, really get comedy, right?
Yeah, I mean the Lego Movie is fantastic, and it hits you in this way of like you still get like an emotional beat to it, so it's not just like nonstop fun and
they're both
and
fucking nerds, and this is an origin of a fucking space pirate. Maybe it should be funny, like maybe it should be all funny, and he learns a little lesson towards the end. Like I was okay with seeing that Han Solo movie, and now we're just gonna see, I don't know, Apollo 13 with laser guns.
I'm disappointed for the kid that they got to play Han Solo, because does he know that he just got that Tom Hanks just stole his role? Like, did he know that happened?
Honestly, for a couple of days I thought that might be the case, because I kept hearing rumors where like they were not happy with that kid's performance at all, and they had to hire an acting coach this late in the game for him for reshoots a few weeks before the movie's supposed to be done. Like, was anyone watching the dailies for the last 6 months?
That's what's so alarming about it, because it's like, what have you guys been doing that like they're this far along in the process and they go, nah, this isn't what I want.
Yeah, this isn't a fucking canon film. This is Star Wars. Like, you're not getting a Toxic Avenger movie, guys. This is a Han Solo movie.
Yeah, multi-million dollar movie.
Pay the fuck attention.
Not something.
I also heard that Disney liked what Phil and Chris Miller and Phil Lord did, but I guess Lucasfilm didn't like it. Like I didn't realize Lucasfilm had this kind of sway anymore.
Well, yeah, and that's what I don't get. Like, isn't Disney Lucasfilm now? Like, aren't they the same thing? If someone says like we don't like this, like who's the one who is that? Like Kathleen Kennedy?
Kathleen. Right, Kathleen Kennedy didn't like the way the movie was going. She was one of the people who kiboshed Lord and Miller. Mm-hmm. I guess she was the one, right? She runs Lucasfilm, so
yeah. But look, I think I remember reading that George Lucas had wanted Ron Howard to direct one of the prequels, and then he was like, "Well, I guess I'll just do it myself because no one wants to do this. Thanks, bye." And and that's what we ended up with there. So like, I would have been curious to see what he would. I think he wanted Ron Howard to do one, Spielberg to do another, and then he would do the last one. So give them the two shitty movies, I guess. Now they're all shitty.
Yeah, but then they probably would have been good movies.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm curious if they had put them into a more capable hands in that case, how that would have turned out. But
yeah, but I mean, this movie was already in capable hands, I feel, and I was excited to see a Han Solo comedy in quotes, I guess. Like,
I don't think it would be like
a
comedy.
young Han Solo.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a funny, sarcastic dipshit. Like, that doesn't fit in with what you thought Han Solo becomes. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's
I would have I want to see that cut real bad. Way more than I want to see an Edgar Wright Ant-Man cut.
Yeah, because I feel like the what they came out with Ant-Man is fine. Now, weren't they originally on board to direct The Flash?
Yeah,
and then they left
with a Seth Grahame-Smith script.
Yeah, and now like I heard like right after that they left the Han Solo movie, that Warner Brothers was like, we still don't have a director. Do you want to come back here? The seat's still warm. Like, it's okay.
Give it to them. Throw all the money you can at Miller and Lord for Flash.
Yeah,
because then I'll be excited about a Flash movie. Just let them do what they're going to do. Stay the fuck out of it, DC. Because
here's an idea.
If you just let your directors, who are good directors, run and make the movie they want to make, you'll have a successful movie.
What if instead of just doing that, they put Wonder Woman in it instead? Just make a Wonder Woman movie again.
Well, they're going to do that already, and they're going to already do a Flash movie, so we might as well get a couple of good, really funny directors to direct a movie that features a really great and funny superhero, right?
Yeah.
Just let them alone. Don't fuck around with Lord and Miller. They know what they're doing. They're comedic geniuses. They're nerds. Let them make a good Flash movie. Stay the fuck out of it. When you stay the fuck out of a movie that Patty Jenkins directs, you get a great fucking movie that has surpassed financially and critically every movie you've tried to make so far.
That's saying something, I think. Like, I saw someone tweet out the headline that it's now made more than Batman vs Superman, and it's one of like their most successful movies, and it's like, oh yeah, but no one wants to see movies starring a female superhero. It's like, fuck you guys, you know?
We want to see good movies.
Yeah.
That's all. I like it could have been fucking. It could be a Batman movie. It could be a fucking Howard the Duck movie. I don't care what movie it is. If it's a good movie, I'm going to give you my money. I'm not going to wait until HBO puts out BVS. Like, we didn't go see that in theaters, remember?
Yeah.
It took us like 8 months to see that movie because we're not putting money into your bad movies.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. It's just, so hopefully they throw some money at these guys and see what's what.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that's Star Wars, but, did you see this bit about Spider-Man? That their Spider-Man Homecoming, which comes out this week, is planned as a part 2 of a 5-movie storyline?
Yeah, cool, because that's not what I thought we were getting, right? I thought we were going to get 2 more Spider-Man, or 1 more Spider-Man thing, and then Sony was going to pull the rug out from Marvel.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of news about, like, oh, they're going to do a Venom movie or like, some other stuff. Like, all
that shit, all the spin-off stuff. Amy Pascal and Sony in general are fucking idiots. They need to shut the hell up. Or they are going to become canon films. Speaking of canon films, have you watched that Electric Boogaloo documentary? No. You need to fucking watch it.
I know. It's in that queue. The last thing I watched, instead of watching that, I watched Batman vs. Robin, the direct-to-DVD movie that was not really good at all. It was pretty shitty.
It's just, it's new 52 DC animated movies, and they're not very good.
No, I'm disappointed. Yeah. I should have watched the documentary.
Yeah, or just Gods and Monsters again.
Yeah, that one was good. That was like the one good one. But yeah, otherwise they keep disappointing me.
That's this Venom and Black Cat Silver Sable bullshit it's getting ridiculous, and I feel so bad for Kevin Feige, who has to listen to this fucking moron who should have been fired a year and a half ago for that stupid fucking Sony hack. After she lambasted everyone who works for Sony. I don't understand why she still has a job. Amy Pascal's a fucking moron. I don't know why she's in front of cameras speaking about any production whatsoever. She has no idea what's going on. If Marvel says Spider-Man's not a part of Sony's Venomverse or Black Cat and Silver Sable shit, like I trust that way more than anything Amy Pascal says. Like,
yeah, but at the end of the day, Sony owns the rights to film rights to Spider-Man. Like,
yeah, but Marvel can just say we're not going to make your movie.
I don't know. Can they?
I think they can. They don't have to make the movie for them. They're not making the Venom movie. They're not making Black Cat, Silver Sable. Also, who the fuck asked for that team-up movie?
No one.
Nobody.
Cared. When was the last time anyone gave a shit about Silver Sable?
Exactly. The second she was done with her very first appearance.
Yeah, I mean,
Silver Sable is a shit character.
She was in the animated series in the 90s, which is also not on DVD, which fucking annoys me. But I
didn't like that series.
It wasn't as
Unpopular opinion. Didn't like it.
It wasn't as good as
the weird CGI. Didn't like.
No, I'm talking about the '90s one. The one, not CGI. That was before CGI, because that was like the one that came on around the same time as the X-Men one.
Yeah, I know, and it was CGI. When he was swinging around the city, they tried to make the city CGI,
Did they?
And it was just purple buildings with yellow lights in it.
I don't remember that.
Terrible.
All right. Yeah. No one cares about Silver Sable. Like, and especially like if you want to talk about like deep cuts for Spider-Man, like that is a fucking
Silver Sable.
Silver Sable. Like, make a Hobgoblin movie first. Make
fucking A. Or just go whole hog and try to make a Maximum Carnage movie.
Yeah. Well, that's like I think they talked about like, oh, Carnage is going to be in a Venom movie. Like they're kind of missing the idea of what makes some of those characters great. And
it's Spider-Man.
It's just a matter of like, yeah, and how they interact with Spider-Man. How
those characters are too tied into Spider-Man.
Yeah, and
to work without him.
Venom exists because he hates Spider-Man. Like that is his sole reason for being. At least in the original incarnation of the character. So when you just try to make him as like, here's some other photographer who's kind of a dick, and then he finds a symbiote, like, well, that's not a story. Then you have nothing to build on. You just have this dumb character.
And if you can't have like the spider symbol on his chest, you can't have him plip and plip and plip and plip. Like, you can't have the same powers. You're just making evil Spider-Man. And what's the point if Spider-Man's not tied to that origin story or in the movie at all? What is the point?
Yeah,
it's a bad idea. This is Sony foxing all over.
It's missing the boat on the entire thing, and it's a bummer. So hopefully they at least figure out what the hell they're doing with that. And
hopefully they just cancel these fucking movies and just cut all ties with Marvel and just throw it all back to them.
Yeah, because I mean this isn't the first time they've talked about doing a Venom movie. They talked about this years ago. I think even before they did was it before they did the Amazing Spider-Man series?
Well, no, they were. I don't remember that, but he was going to be in the Sinister Six movie. We all know how that turned out.
Yeah.
So, on a side note, I think Tom Hardy is a pretty decent casting choice.
Tom Holland?
I can't think of anybody.
Because Tom Hardy is Venom. That's right. Yeah. I forgot about that.
The only other person I could, off the top of my head, that I could think could play Venom is Brock Lesnar, the wrestler. And it's just because he's a monster in real life.
You've got Dave Bautista right now in Guardians, so yeah, why not?
You're right. That's way better. Yeah. But I don't want Drax to be a bad guy.
No, I'm not saying Drax. I'm just saying, like, you have
I just don't want to see Drax in a different role, I guess, who should be in the goddamn MCU anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. And because it's funny, you said Tom Hardy, and I was like, do you mean Tom Holland, the little kid who's playing Spider-Man?
No, Tom Holland is pulling double duty.
Yeah. He's got to be Dark Spider-Man, too.
Hi, guys, I'm Venom now.
I'm going to eat your brains.
When will I get to be an Avenger, Mr. Stark?
Oh, don't do that.
No more black things. Jeez, Tony. Jesus, Tony.
Again? We just went through that training, that whole seminar. Don't you remember?
Oh, no.
Your best
Tony
friend
Stark
is black.
has to go through sensitivity training all the time.
Every time, Rhodey's just like, really? Really? Again?
Really? It's just a matter of time before he gets a fucking goatee cut that's considered sexual harassment, right?
Like, I know what you're doing here, Mr. Stark. What do you mean? It's like cut around his face to look like he's doing that like thing where he puts his two fingers by his mouth. Just go blah, 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 blah.
Mr. Stark, you grew a goatee long enough to slap a woman in the ass. You have got to shave. There are nanites in your beard that form hands. Too grabby. Your beard is grabby, and it's making everyone uncomfortable.
It's like he ran out of other things to do, so he made the ass-grabbing goatee.
I mean, I'm sure there's a market for it.
It's real big in Japan.
He's gonna make money. That's a tentacle beard. That's not. That's just a tentacle beard.
Yeah, he has to localize it for other areas. That's fine.
Localize it. All your ass are belong to us.
In Japan, it's a tentacle beard, and I don't know. And I can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
In Italy,
it's made of spaghetti.
It's a spaghetti beard. Damn it. I was trying to go super racist with it, and I couldn't think of anything. Spaghetti was good, though. That was nice. Nice save, buddy. Thank you. Hi, Mike.
Where are your farts now, asshole? But what I was curious about so if Spider-Man is planned as a 5-movie franchise, and that or 5-movie storyline, and that includes Avengers: Infinity War, I believe.
Yeah.
And I guess the second and third Spider-Man movies. What would you want to see in those Spider-Man movies? We already know we're getting the Vulture in this one. What would since it sounds like they're planning this farther ahead than what they have in previous movies. Where would you want to see this go?
Well, what I heard the other day was they don't want to do villains that we've already seen in movies. So if they're gonna stay that route, and I don't know, I hope they will. I want a fucking Mysterio movie. I want a Bruce Campbell-led Mysterio movie. That's what I want.
I think, well, look, with current special effects, that would certainly work now. I mean, they would have to update that costume, because his costume is one of the dumbest out there, with a big fucking fishbowl on his head. Fuck
you in the butt. That costume's awesome.
He walks around with a giant fucking magic what is it? The fucking not seeing eyeball. What the fuck am I thinking? Like the fortune teller globe on his fucking head.
Hey, it's part of the charm, man. It's hilarious. You put Bruce Campbell in that exact costume, you have the best comic book movie villain ever. I promise you this. But like, if they do, say they do 2 Craven movies and end the second one as The Last Hunt, how dope would that be?
The Last Hunt would be really cool, because
if like really teach Spider-Man about teach this clear child in high school what death and suicide is about and losing, and that would be fucking rad as shit, right?
Yeah. What about obviously the Clone Saga, right? Like that's what they'll Okay.
Do you want me to quit this forever?
No, that's not something that they'll have to do. But I think I'm trying to think. I mean, they could. No, I was just gonna say they could do something because like the Jackal is a villain. They're doing.
I don't do the Jackal. You know what? I'd rather the Scorpion. I want Mysterio, Scorpion, and Kraven. That's the villains I want. If they're doing shit that hasn't been seen before, those are the guys I want.
I mean, they could do the Chameleon. I think with the tie-in with. And that's something that you could lead into Kraven or vice versa because they're brothers. But you could do the Chameleon. What I'm thinking, especially with the extended Marvel universe, cinematic universe at their disposal, like you could have the Chameleon posing as Tony Stark, and really like
you could do it. You could do pretty much anything you want with the Chameleon. Yeah. You could make up a completely new story if you're using the Chameleon as a villain.
Yeah, but
I just don't think he's an interesting villain.
Yeah,
like but it's basically a non-powered Super Skrull.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to. I mean, they did Doc Ock, so I mean, there's a lot they could do with him. But if they're not repeating it, so it's like that rules out. That rules out.
You know what you do? To begin Phase 4, you put him against Doc Ock. You make a new Doc Ock movie. You make the next two movies Superior Spider-Man, and you make the end of that trilogy Peter Parker getting his body back.
No, you know how fucking convoluted and confusing that would be for like the normal.
Hey man, it's gonna be 20 years deep by that point.
By that point, they'll have done they'll have done the Clone Saga by that point.
Superior Spider-Man's not a good idea.
I mean, because like the big villains for him are Green Goblin and Doc Ock, which they did for the first two movies.
Yeah.
And then there's like the build up for something like the Sinister Six, but Venom is another choice. But again, like they have to do that right, and they've already stumbled with that, and I don't think they're gonna want to repeat that.
They have to do it in the MCU, and Sony's fucking it up.
Yeah.
So we're not getting a good Venom movie, and we're not getting the movie I've wanted since I read Maximum Carnage. We're never getting Maximum Carnage. No. One of the worst books ever. But I love it so much.
Yeah, and I read that again like a few years ago when I first got into digital comics. There was some sale, and I was like, of course I want to own the entire run of Maximum Carnage. And then I read it, and I was like,
does not hold up.
Nope.
I still want the first print run of everything. I love it. I really love it so much. I hate the ass out of Maximum Carnage. Yeah. I bought the video game, which was also terrible.
Yeah, I remember that horrible video game.
Yeah. Love it. I love Carnage. I don't know why. I love one of the worst things that came out of the 90s. I fucking love it. Cast Teeth as Carnage.
Oh, yeah. Walton Goggins? Oh, my God. That would be, I could see that. He could pull off that Southern crazy, so that would work real well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else I'd want. I mean, like, because all the big ones, if they're trying to stay away from those, then, Kraven is a logical choice. I mean, I'm still surprised that they did the Vulture, but it looks really cool. I mean,
it looks really cool, and
I was just gonna say Sandman. I'm like, no, wait, they did that in that third movie that everyone wants to forget.
Yeah, the storyline for the Vulture looks fucking great too. It really looks the characterization looks really a lot better than it ever has been in comic books. Yeah. The Vulture is not a great character. He's one of my pseudo favorites. Like I wrote. Oh, never mind. I told the story. I wrote a fan fiction about the Vulture, but it ended up being a book. So I think I might have just stolen it. So I didn't write anything. But
I think more. Yeah, I think Mysterio would be interesting, but I think the Scorpion would be a good thing too, because that's another playing with the spider angle of here's another arachnid kind of character, but here's him going evil.
Yeah.
But I'm scrolling through a list here. They're not gonna do the Spider Slayers. They already did Rhino, kind of. They're not gonna do Hammerhead.
They put Alistair Smythe in one of the Amazing movies, and nobody gave a fuck being about it. No, I think Amazing Spider-Man 2. It was like a cameo.
Oh, okay. I mean, Sandman has some cool storylines that they could do with him, and it could be really cool. But they already butchered that. Hydro Man, like that's just a
fuck
water.
that noise. I fucking hate Hydro Man. You know what you do? You fucking get Vincent D'Onofrio to do a Kingpin flick with Spider-Man. That's what you do. Cool. You have the fucking enforcers in there with stupid ass Fancy Dan and those motherfuckers. That would be awesome.
Oh yeah, all this stupid like the guys with the cowboy hats and stuff.
Hell yeah, what was it? Montana, Fancy Dan. I don't remember the other guy, but like they're dumb as shit. But it's a good story arc.
They could do
do that shit.
That's something else where it's like that teaches him that he can't solve this problem. Like he has to prove that that Kingpin is a bad guy, and he can't just do that.
Yeah.
Granted, we kind of already did that with Daredevil.
Yeah, but you could also like it's also an opportunity to bring those fucking goddamn Netflix shows into the MCU.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna happen, especially anytime soon, because like there's that fight between the TV and the movie stuff, and I don't think that's gonna end up getting settled.
If it was going to happen, it would have been an Infinity War, and we would have heard about it by now.
But hey, speaking of Infinity War, I saw this. I like bookmarked this over a month ago. That you know the writer Jim Zub, he's writing Uncanny. He's writing, what is he writing? I think Uncanny Avengers right now, or Thunderbolts. But
yeah,
he threw out this great idea on Twitter about how to bring in the X-Men and the Fantastic Four into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So he said, like, look, when you do Captain Marvel, they can launch the Ultimates and send them to other dimensions. Because one of the characters, America Chavez, that's her ability. She punches portals to alternate realities. And then you can punch a portal into the X-Men world. And then you bring them in because they hate and fear mutants because they're invaders from another dimension. They look human, but they're really not.
Uh-huh.
And then he says you can creates a steady buildup of tension between humans and mutants, cap that off with waves of films of X-Men versus Avengers, and then the next set of films start off with Steve Rogers forming the Unity Squad. And it's like, oh, you could do this. You could just bring them in as another fucking world.
Can you punch holes through lawyers? Copyright and trademark lawyers and rights lawyers. Can you do that?
Yeah.
America?
I don't
think you can.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Wishful thinking, obviously, because Fox isn't going to give up the X-Men franchise anytime soon. I'm sure that they would with Fantastic Four and the next, like, set of movies. Because the current phase or whatever of Marvel, like, everything from Iron Man builds up to Infinity War, and that's like the arc, like the overall epic sweeping arc that they've built will end in Infinity War, and it's like, what are you gonna do after that? You know, like what is next? Galactus? Like Galactus would be a cool thing to do there, but that's still sitting over in Fox.
Yeah, we don't have.
How do you top?
I don't
Infinity
know.
War?
Kang? Do they own Kang?
That's a good question, because he's like a.
I don't know if they do. I don't remember if you told me or if I saw it, like a hugely comprehensive list of what every studio owns from Marvel.
Yeah, I remember that being out there somewhere. But yeah, because a lot of the cosmic stuff is owned by Fox because they picked up Fantastic Four.
Kang's not really not a super, like, that's an Avengers guy, right? Like,
yeah,
the Fantastic Four don't really do a lot of shit with Kang. It's the Avengers that have to fight Kang most of the time, right?
Yeah, I think so, but I'm sure that he's popped around.
Yeah, so, it is cosmic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But look, there's a lot going on with Marvel in the TV front right now, so I'm curious as to where a lot of that's going to net out. Like, I didn't watch Legion, but I want to. But
I wanted to real bad too, and I fucked it up because Hulu took it off like 2 weeks ago.
And but Hulu's getting Runaways. Cloak and Dagger is coming to Freeform. There's this fucking Inhumans show that's going to be on. Yeah, does anyone care about this?
How bad does that look?
Oh my god, the picture they released is laughable.
Did you watch the trailer?
No, I saw like a teaser that was just like a thing where it was like the logo. And that
Dude,
was
the full trailer's been out for like 2 weeks.
Has it?
It looks terrible. You're caught up with Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Can you imagine a world where someone forced Ramsay Bolton to not be able to act anymore?
Oh.
Because that's what Inhumans is.
Because that guy is great. He's awesome in Game of Thrones. He was great in the show The Misfits. That was also on Hulu. I think it's probably still on Hulu.
He was in Misfits?
Yeah, the first couple.
Was
seasons.
he the main kid that was fun to watch?
No, he was like the weird kid. I
can't remember. I only watched like the first 8 episodes. I think.
No, he was definitely in the first
like 8 years ago.
Yeah, he was in the first 2 or 3 seasons, but he was one of the main kids. He was the other white kid. So there was the one kid who didn't really figure out his powers until the end, wherein like he fell off a building and died, and then he realized, oh, I'm immortal. And then
I didn't make it that far.
Oh, that was like the end of the first season. But there was the other kid. I'm totally blanking on what his power is. Right now, I'll tell you this right now. My wife is going to be listening to this. Monica's going to be listening to this and will be furiously typing away at me to tell me what his superpower was. But
big Misfits fan, huh?
She loved the first couple seasons, and then once like
there's an Americanized version coming her way.
Oh, no, I don't think so. But the we never finished the show because like since most of the main cast leaves after like season 3, they go on for like 2 more seasons. She lost interest, and I don't blame her with that. But
fuck that.
The first season is really good.
Yeah, like I didn't finish the first season, but I really, really liked it. Tim and Dara got me into that show, and I loved it. Show. I just
and that I think is like it was. I don't know if it still is, but that was like a Hulu exclusive thing too.
They're still on Hulu. Yeah. I actually think it went to Netflix as well.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to look.
I think there's a season or 2 of the original show on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm looking up now to see like who the heck was this kid. Yeah, so he was. I don't know what his damn his thing was, but yeah.
What is his fucking name? Rion Owen?
Iwan Rion.
Iwan Rion. I was almost there. I can't. I have no chance to pronounce his name. I have no idea. That's not a name. It's not a real name.
The guy turns invisible. His character turns invisible. That was his power. So, but yeah, he was in that, and he was awesome in that show, and then he was great in Game of Thrones. So to hear him, like, I was excited when he got cast.
He was one of the greatest TV villains of all time.
Oh my god, Game of Thrones. He was ridiculous.
He has moved on to be one of the worst actors of all time in a trailer for a show I didn't give a fuck about to begin with, and they really lost my interest with the trailer.
Well, that's also the thing with the Inhumans in general. Like, no one cares about the Inhumans, and Marvel just keeps trying to make it happen.
We have mutants. Yeah. Like we're accustomed to mutants. they're more interesting. The lead of the show doesn't talk. Like,
yeah, that's something like, how do you convey that in a comic book, like in a movie, or a TV show, when you have to have everyone talk? You can't do that shit.
And the lead has a Hot Topic wig.
Yeah, that was fucking dumb.
You know what? Not even Hot Topic. Spencer's. Lockjaw is cool as shit, though. Like, just watch the trailer so you can see what Lockjaw looks like. It looks cool, but it's still very CGI.
Did you? I think when we were trying to schedule this, I think you had said you had a story for this episode.
I can't talk about it yet.
Oh yeah, you told me that one. All right, so I'll tell you this one that I debated on whether or not to tell because it happened and it's like really embarrassing. But I was like, no, this is a funny story, so I'm gonna tell it anyway. So as of I'm gonna tell you the punchline, or the I'm not gonna bury the lead here. All right, it's kind of like like my Dragon Ball Z RPG story.
We're mementoing this again?
Yeah, we'll Tarantino this shit.
All right, cool.
The other day, I shit my pants at Target. You're quiet. You okay?
All right, you didn't lose me. I'm just
just waiting
I'm just composing myself.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay. Wait. I can't. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, I'm going to tell you the story, BJ.
What do you mean? What do you mean you shit your pants? like, okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay.
Yep. What? What's?
Okay.
Was I unclear?
So you were like, as a person, you're responsible. You're responsible, like non-drug addicted, non-alcoholic guy.
Yeah.
Right.
All that. Yep.
So, and as far as the listeners are concerned, I am a monster. I am just a gross fucking Jabba the fucking drunk. I am not shitting my pants ever in public. But ever in public.
Yeah. Okay.
You shit your pants.
Yeah. So let me elaborate. There we go. So, allow me to explain myself. I'm just gonna end this. Nerd on, everybody. Like that's it. Thanks. So, the other day we get back from our vacation, and I'm like, "Hey, we need stuff."
This was after you got back from your vacation. When you're back on,
back at home.
When you're back
from familiar areas, with my family. So
you're supposed to shit your pants during vacation.
Yeah, I know. It was crazy.
So nobody sees you again.
It was like the day we got back, and I go, we need stuff. Like, all right, I guess I'll go out to Target. I needed to we needed to get more diapers for Parker. We needed to get milk and a couple other things
for James.
For me. And hindsight, probably should have had some for myself. But we get it to Target, and I ate like garbage throughout the entire week we're on vacation. It was just like every day we'd go to the beach, and then we'd get lunch, and it was like, where are we gonna go? I don't know, fucking Taco Bell. You know what would be a great idea? Let's go to Friendly's. Like, it was all these things where it was like,
Friendly's still exists?
There is still one in Toms River, New Jersey.
I gotta tell you, there's one there used to be one in my village. Yeah. It closed a year ago, and I fucking celebrated it. I hate Friendly's.
I fucking love Friendly's, and that place was
You're
packed.
An idiot.
That place was packed when we went there.
You deserve to shit your pants. It was packed.
It was
people packed. There
was a ton of that place was popping. All right. So anyway,
fucking New Jersey is a trash state.
I get home, and so I'm like, all right, I'll go to Target, and I'm like, I'll take the kids with me. We'll go out there, get a few things. Monica stayed home to like, unpack some of our stuff, whatever. So we get there, and now since I was eating like garbage the whole day, I just had like horrible farts throughout like the whole day. It was just like a lot of horrible things coming out of my butt anyway. So like I'm letting them loose, no big deal. Crop dusting Target. And we're halfway through the trip in Target. I've got Parker in the cart because he had already tried to run out of the building. Oliver is hanging on to the front of the cart. I have 2 gallons of milk in the cart along with a can of corn. And I'm in the aisle. Hold on, this is important. I'm in the Mexican food aisle because the next thing on my list to buy was a can of refried beans. And
what, an empty can to fill up?
So I'm like, I'm about to get the can of beans, and then I let loose a fart, and there's more to it, and completely unsuspected. And as it happens, my butt just kind of like closes up, like I don't know, like a fucking vice grip. It's just like nothing's moving right now. Like maybe if I don't move, I can hold it in place. But I'm standing in the fucking bean aisle at Target with two children. Like, what the fuck do I do now? And I don't know if you ever listened to it, but there's a great podcast called Duty Calls with Doug Mand, where
like D-O-O-D-Y?
Yeah, D-O-O-D-I-E, he spells it. But it's this guy he used to write on How I Met Your Mother, and he
I'm not listening to that podcast.
No, listen. He interviews comedians and other writers about times that they've shit their pants, and it is fucking hilarious.
That's it? That's the entire premise?
That's the entire show, and they had like over 100 episodes. He's not doing it anymore.
Subscribing now.
But incredible show. But they point out numerous times that when you shit your pants, you don't think normally. Like, you're not thinking correctly. You're not in the right mindset. So I'm standing there in Target, and I'm like, what do I do? Like, we need these things. We need stuff. I also have 2 kids. I can't just drop everything and go like, you guys hang out here because they're 2 and 4 years old. I can't just be like, all right, I'll be right back. Like, Dad will be right back. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to grab this can of beans. Then I'm going to run awkwardly to the bathroom, pushing the cart the entire way. And, like, doing this kind of, like, weird, like, shuffle, because like waddle, because I'm trying to hold my butt cheeks together the whole time.
Wait 1 second. Was it the last can of beans?
No. Again,
why didn't you just go straight to the bathroom?
Not thinking correctly. That's what I'm getting. That's why I mentioned the other podcast, because I'm just not in that mindset.
You and I differ.
So I beeline it over there, and I'm like, all right, what am I gonna do? I can't leave them out here. Like, I want to, like, all right, I guess they're going to come in here with me. So I'm like, all right, guys, we have to go in the bathroom. Daddy has to use the bathroom real quick. We're going to go in here real quick. We're going to do this. So I take Parker out. I'm carrying him in there. Oliver, I'm like, come on, Oliver, come on. We get him in there. And there's thankfully no one in the bathroom, right? And then I'm like, all right, cool. I go into the handicap stall. There's more people. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. You're probably going to read about this. You're going to tell your therapist about this later, but you're coming into the stall here with me as well. And as I'm closing the stall door, I see this other guy walk in. I'm like, ah, fuck. And then my Oliver just goes, Dad, you gotta poop? Like, real fucking loud. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, just fucking, just get in here. Get in here. Just get in here, right? So, I sit down. And I'm like, all right. So I sit down, drop trout, and I just like start wiping up whatever I can, which is it's a fucking mess back there because my fucking cheeks were squished together in such a way that it's like, and it's, you know, I don't have to tell you that's a little liquidy. So it was a matter of just like going everywhere. And yeah, I guess we should probably put like a disclaimer on this episode. But in any case, I'm doing the best I can back there, but like, I kind of do whatever I can. And Oliver's like, well, I gotta go to the bathroom. So like, all right, so you can
That
go
sounded so defeatist.
Yeah.
I just do whatever I can.
That was it. All right? I recognize that, like, I'm in a, no pun intended, shitty situation here. And I got
podcast over.
So what I figure is, like, again, I still need some stuff. I need to get by. I need to just clean this up enough that I could finish my trip and get the hell out of here.
I have poop in my pants.
Yeah. So fortunately, there was no solids. It was just like, all right, got on the underwear, but like it didn't really smell somehow because I don't know. I smell like roses.
False. You're just used to your own brand, buddy. You're used to your own brand.
I didn't think it smelled. My kids didn't go like, I smell shit. So like that didn't happen. But
Dad, poop.
So I clean up the best I can. I'm like, all right, this is gonna have to do. All right. And then Oliver's like, I gotta pee. I'm like, all right, so fine. That means I have to like kind of hold him by the urinal while making sure Parker doesn't run out of the room or like stick his hand in a toilet. And then Oliver's like, don't look at me. And I'm like, all right, dude, you just saw me humiliatingly wipe my own ass. Like, you think that's
we shared a moment, kid. Like, it's simpatico. Like, for the rest of the day, you don't tell me what to do, and I don't tell you what to do, okay?
We're just cool, okay? So then that happens, and then, you know, we get out of there, and I'm like, well, I gotta get diapers, and if I leave without them looking at toys for like 5 minutes, they're gonna have a meltdown, and everyone's gonna be staring at me. So I'm like, fine, we go ahead, do this, we grab the diapers, they look at toys for a little while. As we're looking at toys, Parker shits in the diaper. Like, a fucking hefty shit. So, just for those listening at home, 2 out of the 3 Ferguson men shit their pants at Target the other day. All right, that happened. 66%.
At least one had the courtesy to do it in a fucking diaper.
Hey, if I had the opportunity, I would have done that too. I didn't. All right?
You know what? They were an aisle over from the fucking Cheez-Its, buddy. You could have had the opportunity.
It was too late.
You decided to roll the dice just like the rest of us dads.
Yep.
Snake eyes.
Yep. I mean, it's a really scary time when you can't trust your own farts. And that was the life I lived. So yeah, I texted my wife too. I said, Monica, I just shit my pants at Target. I got no response because she was probably looking up divorce lawyers. just like, why? Although I'm sure she's doing that now after listening to this podcast to be like, I can't believe my idiot husband told this story.
I'm so happy.
But yeah, that happened. Yeah, so like, yeah, 2/3 of the Ferguson
I'll bury you, buddy. Yeah. I'm no stranger to these situations. I'm just better at them than you are.
That's it. I mean, I continued the trip, and then like I got home, like ushered the kids inside. I was like, yeah, go tell mommy. Go in there. Go inside. Go find mommy. That's it. And then I'm like, I got everything into the house, and I was like, now, if you'll excuse me, please watch the kids for a little while. I have to go upstairs and clean myself up because I crapped my pants at Target. So, that was my experience at Target, kids. So
that's a good one. Yeah. Welcome back.
I had that one in the back, and I was like, do I tell this story? I was like, this is a funny fucking story.
Fucking ain't right you tell that story. You know what? That's what you know what? Good. Because I'm glad. This is your comeuppance for having such a great, wonderful life. I'm James. I have a good job and 2 beautiful sons and a lovely wife. And life is great. I own a house. Good. I have a shitty job, and I shit my pants on the reg in home, 40 feet from my toilets. How's that? Good. I'm glad. I feel a little bit better about myself.
Wow.
Don't leave him, Monica. It doesn't get any better than him. We're all disgusting. It just gets worse. At least he waited till he got home from vacation.
Yeah, because that would have been worse. Because like I'm picturing like
there were so many yourself at the Jersey Shore.
Like,
yeah,
at
it probably
beach,
could have been worse.
And it's just like, well, I didn't bring a change of clothes, so I guess I'm just gonna go in the ocean and wiggle my ass around a little bit.
But a wash off in the gross body of water that every Guido washes off in.
So yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Going home with hepatitis C.
Or all these like fish come out of nowhere and start eating my shit. Like there could have been like so many horrible things that could have happened there.
And just looking up at you with tears in their fish eyes, like this is just what we eat now. We live in Jersey.
Really? You couldn't have brought us anything better? I mean, Friendlies? Ugh.
I mean, I taste a little Taco Bell, but it's mostly Friendlies.
Mostly Friendlies. I mean, that comes out liquid wherever you go. I mean, there's no.
Ugh, God. That ice cream log is not a log when it hits this water, buddy.
The watermelon roll just turns into
Friendlies.
Puree
Fuck you, Friendlies. Why would you eat at Friendlies? Their food is wet, James. It's just wet.
They once had a cheeseburger that instead of a bun, it was 2 grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh, really? But no, Friendlies, that's disgusting. But I am legit going to make that homemade.
I love how that was like your total stuff. Oh, wow, that's a really good. That sounds awesome. But no, I mean disgusting.
I'm gonna make it out of 2 pizza slices and cake, though, and then I'm gonna shit my pants.
Well, that's like the
40 feet from my toilets.
Well, that's the Jim Gaffigan bit where he said, like, we eat so disgusting in America. Like, move over, McGriddle. Here comes the donut ham hamburger. It's a ham sandwich with a hamburger, and instead of a bun, it's 2 donuts.
You know what? I'm against the donuts as bread movement.
Yeah, that's.
I'm against it.
That's where you draw the line.
Yeah, I do. I think I'm just not a donut fan in my fat stage in life. Not that it's a stage anymore. This is just my life, I guess. But like when I was a teenager, I was like, donuts are my favorite food in the world. And once I hit 21 and my metabolism stopped, once I could drink legally, like, I'm not okay with donuts as bread.
No.
Don't make donuts, which is...
No. So, and that
what are we talking about?
I don't know.
You shit yourself.
Yeah, that happened. But we're
Raging Nerdon.
Yep, that's it, folks. If you want to send us anything, ragingnerdon@gmail.com, or at ragingnerdonpod on Twitter. But yeah, that I think is a nice little capper on this week's episode. I think
it's a nice little crapper on the episode.
Really?
Yeah, really. Really, motherfucker. You shit your pants in a Target.
You yelled at me
don't
saying
get up my ass
situation
about making a shit joke. The last 20 minutes have been about you shitting yourself in public. Why wouldn't I say crapper? I'm right in this scenario. I know it.
You got annoyed about me for saying shitty before.
Okay, you did do that, didn't you?
And then I could have said a situation, but I didn't.
You should have. That's legit. I like that one. That's legit. All right, no.
Yeah, we got to end this.
I'll stop.
So yeah,
that was too far.
That's Raging Nerdon, folks. Again, if you like us, subscribe, rate and review us on iTunes. That helps for some reason. But otherwise, ragingnerdon@gmail.com, ragingnerdonpod on Twitter. But yeah, that's it, folks. I am James Ferguson, and I shit myself at Target. This is where you say your name.
No, I'm good. I think we should just edit. The point where I'm James Ferguson, I shit myself at Target, and then that's it. That's the episode.
Credits. Nerd on, everybody.
Maybe we'll have a stinger at the end where I just fart.
and that's you shitting yourself.
But I don't want to be associated with this one, so I'm not going to say my name.
You don't want your name on this one?
No, not on this one. Yeah. Not this number 2 of a fucking episode.
If only this was number 52.
That wasn't good. God damn it. Now I definitely don't want my name on it.
Yeah, if only it was episode 52.
Wait. Take it back. I'm James Ferguson. Take it back for a second. Now I got one.
I'm James Ferguson, and
I'm my mom's favorite thing.
Great callback. Yeah, that'll go in there post credits at least.
Alrighty. God damn it. It's only if I wasn't so shitty at jokes, that was bad too. God damn it. Alright.
Yep.
We're done, right?
Yep, we're done. Yep. Good night, everybody. Good night, BJ.
Alright.
Have a good one.
Oh, are we just not talking anymore?
Yeah,
that's how we're hanging up? Like, yeah, good night, BJ.
Hold my head in shame.
I'm more ashamed at you, and you're not the one who shit yourself in public. Good night, BJ.
I said good day, sir.
Friendlies. You idiot. You eat the worst food. I'm okay with, I agree with you on how delicious Taco Bell is. I don't take Taco Bell as far as you do with the fucking craziness that come out. Just eat the Mexican sounding things, for fuck's sakes.
Oh, not the double chalupa that I had also while I was on vacation?
No, or the triple Dorito dust fucking bum chalampum, whatever it's called.
Wait, I haven't tried that one. I haven't tried that with the triple Dorito dust clump. Is that just a big
dust clump?
Is that just a big?
So it's just a wet fist of Cheeto dust with a meat center.
It's like a cocaine bindle of Dorito crumbs.
Bindle. Hello?
Hello? Still here. What if they put Wonder Woman?
Oh, no.
I'm still here.
I lost you.
No, you did it.
Hello?
I'm right here. Why can't you hear me?
Hello?
I'm still here.
I'm hanging up. I lost you.
Oh, no.